Various. She bit me in the face.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly will be the least of it. The beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
I wish for you to try it, screech woman. The beast speaks, so you've half a brain behind that feral maw, have you? The cretin's question crossed her lips and ached an air of aptitude.
Hey, Tull, I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the beast, Various. You'll only encourage it.
Those boots would embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir. You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on
Sorry,
now,
sir.
I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Any real damage? Are you joking? I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Ah, come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face, Various. She bit me in the face.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly will be the least of it. The beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
I wish for you to try it, screech woman. The beast speaks, so you've half a brain behind that feral maw, have you? The cretin's question crossed her lips and ached an air of aptitude.
Hey, Tull, I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the beast, Various. You'll only encourage it.
Those boots would embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir. You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Any real damage? Are you joking? I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Ah, come
Sorry,
on
sir.
with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face, Various. She bit me in the face.
Look on the bright side.
No, sir.
Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly will be.
Hey, stop that!
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
I wish for you to try it, screech woman.
Nuts!
The beast speaks, so you've half a brain behind that feral
Recruit!
maw, have you?
That was sloppier than
The cretin's
Cyseal
question
stew.
crossed her
Source
lips.
Hunters here too? Well, if the Legion couldn't save this place, what are you gonna do?
Don't pay attention to the beast, Various.
Attention!
You'll only encourage it.
About face! To the barracks! Nuts! Recruits! That was sloppier than
You don't think
Cyseal
it's
stew.
infected, do you?
Again!
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Hey, who's that then? Come on, stand where my good eye can see you.
Those boots would embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry,
Easy, Tull. That's the source hunter you're talking to.
She may have the look of a woman if you squint hard enough, but she's no more than a wild animal. We got reports of a strange-looking outsider skulking through the town with her bow drawn. I found her crouched behind a tree, taking aim at a fat old rat trotting along the city walls. I tapped her on the shoulder to see what was what, and the beast startled like a wild cat and lunged right at me.
Bit Tullia right in the face, she did. It wasn't pretty, and now it's got a chunk ripped off it to boot.
Enjoy it while you can, Ver. There's not another legionnaire in the cohort that'll have you if I go rabid.
Recruits! That was
Well, that's to be decided. She doesn't seem to be sick, despite Tully's moaning. We can't keep her here forever, but we can't well send her into the wilds again, can we?
Those boots would embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir.
After
No,
all,
sir.
a fearless hunter might prove quite useful for our investigation.
Well, that's a relief, ain't it? We found a good home for her after all, Tull.
To the barracks! Nuts! Recruits! That was sloppier than Cyseal stew. Again!
Heed me, Source Hunter. She's not good for anything more than cannon fodder. And don't turn your back on her when she's got that bow within arm's reach.
Nuts! Recruits! That was sloppier than Cysealian stew. Again! Attention! About face! To the barracks! Nuts! Recruits! That was sloppier than Cysealian stew. Again! Attention! About face! To the barracks! Nuts! Recruits! That was sloppier than Cysealian stew. Again! Those boats will embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining, recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Source Hunter. I have heard tales both grand and terrible about the world of humans. I myself was caged one moment and freed the next by our kind. In Home Forest, every creature acts according to the nature of its kind. Birds frighten easily, badgers fear little. But amongst men, there are no guarantees.
To the barracks! Nuts! Recruits! That was sloppier than Cysealian stew. Again!
It is strange to stand with one foot in the forest and the other in the city, Source Hunter. I am glad that now I have you standing beside me, even if one burns hot while the other wheezes cold. Perhaps in time I will come to know my own kind as you have, and perhaps then I will decide for myself whether ours is a noble kind.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! Nuts! Recruits! That was sloppier than Cysealian stew. Again! Attention! About face! To the barracks! Nuts! Recruits! That was sloppier than Cysealian stew. Again! Those boats would embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining, recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Those boats would embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining, recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! Nuts! Recruits! That was sloppier than Cysealian stew. Again! Those boats would embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining, recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Those boats would embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining, recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! Nuts! Recruits! That was sloppier than Cysealian stew. Again! troll. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
Those boots would embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Those boots would embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! March! Recruits! That was sloppier than Cysealian stew. Again! Attention! About face! To the barracks! March! Recruits! That was sloppier than Cysealian stew. Again! Those boots would embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Those boots would embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Those boots would embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Those boots would embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! March! Recruits! That was sloppier than Cysealian stew. Again! Attention! About face! To the barracks! March! Recruits! That was sloppier than Cysealian stew. Again! Attention! About face! To the barracks! March! Attention! About face! To the barracks!
I wouldn't venture too far out of town if I were you. Many legionnaires did Arhu's invention, the stasis blaster. Quite a sight, no? These days, we legionnaires hold a lottery to see who gets to man the things. You can bet it's no small amount easier to blast those flesh-eating monstrosities from a distance than to get within striking range. Don't ask me how the blaster works, though. I just make...
Where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is.
Good look out there, Hunter. Evil lurks beyond Cyseal parts.
Looks like that dog is...
May your lost loved ones rest in... I once lived a prosperous life with my husband and our happy little daughter, Loni. But when the undead plague broke out, Loni never recovered from the loss. And when a group of mercenaries, predators, more aptly called, came to town dangling the opportunity to annihilate those undead devils, Loni lapped up their rhetoric and joined without so much as a backward glance. She was killed less than a week after she joined. Here she lies, and here...
Dear me. Oh, how the coast reminds me of my long-fled youth. I sailed the sea. I walked the world. Oh, how nice it is of you. The very picture of youth, to break the monotony of an elder's day. Wild away on this hardwood bench. Pray, let me be forward with you, O sapling rose, O leaf of spring, for my weary mind is troubled, and would highly prize thy gentle-handed assistance, thy kind ministrations. You would listen to my grievances, guide me towards untroubled realms. Oh, you are truly a wonder, oh budding flower of the morn. Yet hot spiced wine and a snug little room awaits us on the King Crab's first floor. Let us go there, so that we can...
So you're just hanging around the inn, are you? Waiting for what? Oh, you think you can speak that way to us? Well, like I said, I've got my eye on you down.
Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
What's the undead swimmer in their moldy boots?
You there! A moment of your indulgence, if you please. You are the source hunter, are you not? The hero the whole of Cyseal is abuzz about. The talk of the town. The juiciest grape on the grapevine. Such a pleasure to meet you. A delight.
So you're just hanging around the inn, are you? Waiting for what? Exactly. Oh, Well, there's as many friends as the man with many cheeses. I've got my eye on you then.
I am a few.
No, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an intervention of fate. Yes, that's it. Fate has put me on this very spot so I may tell you all about a most intriguing opportunity. Mendius, at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what it used to be, and that is a man of medicine. But what does a man of medicine do but mend what has first been broken? I saved lives, to be sure, but today, oh, it's not merely an opportunity. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become better, to become the full extent of the promise that is locked inside of each and every one of us. So first of all,
I've got my eye on you then.
Some could not because they are professionals, not adventuring daydreamers.
clearly two strong personalities stand before me. Two who voiced their opinions with vigor. Too bad your line of work comes with such measly recompense. Am I right? The wage of a mere soldier. Now, between you and...
Really? I wouldn't mind earning an extra penny here and there.
Well, don't quarrel about it on my account. Still, if a matter is divisive, it is divisive mainly because it is alluring. And riches, even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside, what is life without variety, without spice? To be a source hunter must get frightfully dreary sometimes. Am I right? All those orders. Investigate this, retrieve that, and at the end of the day, what do you have to show for it? Wouldn't you prefer to call your own shots? Be your own boss?
This is the man with many cheeses.
Better to be served than to serve, I concur.
Well spoken. Well said indeed. Life's too short to spend it doing someone else's bidding, am I right? Of course I am. And I could help you attain the dream, enact the change you deserve. And that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put me right by the door to the King Crab, so that I could meet you and tell you about the marvel that is the Fabulous Five. The invitation to join is yours. Grab it. Ah, the Fabulous Five. How I enjoy simply saying the words that describe the most illustrious and celebrated adventurers' guild in Riverlon. Our mission, to you'd like nothing more than to enlist, wouldn't you? Of course you would. And you can. Of course, if you still have questions, I shall... What a gem of a question. Straight as an arrow. Now then, to join the Fabulous Five is to join a fellowship, to join a fraternity, a sorority, a community. The title of Knight is bestowed upon you the moment you sign our waiver, and so it all begins. Of course, should you spread the word... Should you propagate the gospel of the Fabulous Five and thereby draw new knights into our fellowship, you will get a share of the reward from their contracts too. Isn't that wonderful? By now, the genial glow of the fellowship must have warmed your heart. It has, hasn't it? But did I say fellowship? I mean family. For like a family, we support one another, cheer one another, see each other through thick and thin, partake in glory and defeat, work hard, fulfill contracts. Enlist new knights, and swiftly shall you rise through the ranks. You will better yourself. You will better Rivellon. You will make the stars shine all the brighter. And you'll get fabulously wealthy in the process. What's not to like? They call the undead a problem, my friend, but those who know the ways of the fabulous five see no problems. They see opportunities. An enterprising spirit can wrench riches from cold dead.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles?
So you're just hanging around the inn, are you?
Do I see
Waiting
right
for
sort of
what,
concerns
exactly?
myself?
Oh, you think you can speak that way to a... Well, suffice to say it, I've got my eye on you, Baron.
What have we here? A source hunter, is it? Well, my day just became rather more stimulating. Oh, stand still then, if you don't mind. I want to take a good long look at the so-called savior of Cyseal.
Oh, my good man. Drink, you please.
Please do keep shouting that way.
Tall as an elf, strong as an orc, but your face, quite classical, isn't it? And my word, what passion burns from your eyes. Please forgive my being forward, but I dare say, can it be? Well, you're exactly the person I've been searching for. That I have. For nearly a lifetime, it seems. Well, I'm sure you must know what I mean. Like existence itself lacked a significant component? Like if you could only fill a certain void, could connect with the right body, the right spirit. Together you could uncover new and thrilling vistas. I believe I have found that component, that body, that spirit within you, Source Hunter. Come, if ever we are to be united, we must truly entwine our fates. We must link our causes forevermore. Yes, you must join the Fabulous Five right away, as soon as time permits. Together, as a team, we'll explore the boundless realm before us. We'll uncover fate, inch by inch. Challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge.
Fortune!
Hold! Our enemies have lain a trap. Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your Not exactly the friendliest bloke, the captain, is he? Well, your reward for getting your ear chewed off is a waltz through the town's finest...
Oh, my good man. Drink, if you please.
Please do keep shouting.
Source. What happened? Is this a dream?
I don't think so. That stone. Somehow it sent us flying into the stars.
By the quill that lasts a billion words, what's this? Two Rivalonians here? At the end of space and time? How very, very, very curious. Your guess is as good as mine, my newfound comrade. Here I stood upon this tiny vestige of space and time, and there you appeared. Quite good timing, by the by, because the ground here has been fast shrinking beneath my feet. Oh, but I suppose I should make a proper introduction. Zigzax the historian at your service. It is my job to record all that was and is and hopefully all that is to be. What am I doing here? Attempting to avert disaster, of course. Attempting to prevent all that is from disappearing. Tell me, friend, when I mentioned that this place is the end of time, did your heart quicken and your stomach drop? If not, they should have. Time ought to have no end at all. Indeed, I can think of no worse nightmare for a chronicler such as myself. But something totally, utterly terrible has happened. Show, don't tell, I always say. So go, peer through yonder looking lens and feast your soon-to-be terrified eyes on the darkness that is approaching.
I think that imp may be quite...
You looked. You saw. Terrifying, isn't... What's this? The portal. It's... The portal has become active. Fantastic, astounding. Onward we should go.
One man's trash is another man's... trash.
The portal! It's quite sprung to life, just like the long, dormant flames that decorate this observatory. After all my waiting and hoping, could it be you, dear stranger? You must be the key. Something about your presence here is causing the end of time to grow. The true end itself to move further away. Those torches, a light! This portal active once more! It cannot be coincidence. It's not that I believe, it's that I have seen. Long have I been waiting here, hoping that one day this very portal would ignite. Then, no longer than a few mere moments after you arrive, zap it goes. The chronicler of time knows a pattern when he sees one. Goodness me, how right you are. There's so much to take in, I'd nearly forgotten. And what you saw has been haunting my mind since I first discovered it. It is the void itself. The dragon that is devouring creation. When I speak of the end of time, this is exactly what I mean. I can't say for sure where it came from, how or why, but I do know this. It's shrinking our future by the second. And if we don't stop it, it will devour the past and present as well. Though I cannot say for certain, if it is what I believe, then our prayers might well be answered. In fact, every last question that ever plagued your noggin might well be answered, for I believe what lies beyond this portal is nothing other than... But why spoil the mystery? As soon as we leap through, we'll find out for certain. After you, after you. Oh, what... You first, but don't dilly-dally. Yes, just as I hoped. There she is, there it is. Come.
And he's on.
Exactly who and what he'd hoped to find here.
Could it be, milady? The weaver of time? Mother of history? Author of all that has ever been?
Indeed, Sir Imp. As surely as you are he who chronicles all that I weave.
Astounding! Unbelievable! I have so many questions for you, so much to ask, so much to say.
You have brought guests, I see. Strange. Very strange guests.
My reaction exactly, milady. It was their arrival here at the end of time that instigated my finding you. But why? Surely you must know.
This is a question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us, how did you arrive upon this plane? A stone. So, it was a stone that caused the great shock of energy that brought you here. And it infused you with new life as well. Is that so? Not like this, no. What happened to you is unique in all my work. Never had I experienced something so contrary to my nature. To weave something I had not seen, had not expected. Life does not simply spring into existence, you see. but yours has. You appeared before me from the moment you came into contact with that stone. Starstone. I now know it to be called.
But, Madam Weaver, how is it possible? Do you not see all? Have you not woven all that is and could ever be into your tapestry?
Like the stones, your guests are a mystery to me. I see them before me in this world, but their likenesses appeared not upon my tapestry until they revived the stone. Source hunters. It would seem that yourselves and Starstone are inextricably linked. Why and how, I cannot say, but I do believe that finding more stones will reveal to me who you yourselves truly are. Starstone is not what it seems, Source Hunter. Its true nature must be part of a greater secret, a secret lost even to me. Do you see what violence my work has suffered? What wounds lay upon the tapestry of time?
Mysteries of all time, gaps in history. Oh, how they've tormented me for eons.
It would appear that Starstone transforms at your touch, granting me new thread by which to mend the tapestry. Thus, it restores time itself.
I see. What the void would shrink, Starstone restores.
Yes. Though I cannot explain why this Starstone is the antidote to the void's ravishment of our realm. If we do not restore time, if we do not discover the true nature of these stones, the void will consume us all. Indeed you must, though I may not yet understand why. It seems that you and you alone can unlock the powers within Starstone. Yet we are not the only entities who know these stones to be so much more than pretty gems.
Why, of course, that's what they were doing. I have recorded their doings, you see. Collectors of Starstone, more and more by the day. Now I understand. They'd keep the stones from our reach. They'd prevent the mending of time.
Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Rivellon. The entire tapestry will crumble. Even this plane will fall victim to the void's insatiable hunger.
That shall never be, milady. As sure as Zix comes before Zax, we will put a stop to it. First we mend the tapestry, then we stop the void. Please, our most mysterious guest, are you ready? Are you willing? Will you hunt out the stones? Will you help us restore what has been lost? Come, come! I got something
Not
for
but a
you.
moment ago we were hunting Source in Rivellon, and now we're being told that we alone can prevent the end of time by way of some magical stones. What do you make of it? Still, it's quite a leap from finding a strange stone to placing the world's salvation on our shoulders.
You say you will take me under your wing, but I see no feathers. Are you a child of the birds, as I am of the bears? In truth, this is a relief. Your world is made with rules I have not yet memorized. I am happy to have a friend in such a place. And so the lonely babe was fed upon the wild mother's milk, and cast aside from humankind, he thrived among his mother's ilk. So says the saga of Threes. Do you know it? The wise godwolf Amira raised the child Threes among her litter. So you see, I have good company. Threes the wolfson, and I the bear daughter.
glint in your gaze and the set of your brow suggest to me that you've not given up on our dear old Rivellon. Not just yet. No, with you searching out Starstone, I believe we'll mend the tapestry in no time. We'll find out just who you are and how exactly to send the void, but you'll need a way to travel between Rivellon and this homestead, won't you? Who wouldn't want to see what fantastic changes your search will yield? And who knows what the Weaver might discover about you? Luckily, the power of portals is known to you, so I'll let you in on the little secret of how to transport back and forth from the end of time. Just, don't go sharing it around. Never know who we can trust these days. Off you go, then. You've Starstone to find, and I've a tapestry to examine. Surely there must be some clue here as to how on earth you're related to the end of time.
Cross my heart, hope to fade in the void, I honestly don't know. But ask her. If she claims it is so, perhaps she knows why.
Before you go, Source Hunter, a final word. Once you return to Rivellon, there will be someone waiting for you. My agent, my eyes and ears upon your world. I hope he'll be able to help you as much as he can. Time, I need hardly remind you, is of the essence. I wonder, do you know more about the void? What it is? What lies at the heart of it?
What lies at its heart? Why, nothing, of course. The great absence of all that even the gods cannot comprehend. It eludes us, like infinity, or the finality of tick-tocking time.
Source Hunters, I welcome you once again to the realm of Rivellon after your travels through the chasms of space. Nice to have found a shelter, wouldn't you agree? Where you can come to no harm. I know the imp historian has told you about his agent on Rivellon, and that agent is I. So now that you know of the alliance between me and Sir Zixzax, let us turn to the business at hand. Starstone.
Slimy reed.
So it is, and so it should continue to be. For I suspect his foul murder and the plight of dying time are somehow interconnected. Dark webs are being woven around these parts, and it is my firm belief starstones are the flies the sorcerer spiders are trying to catch. It can therefore hardly be a coincidence that Councillor Jake was a collector of the stones we seek. That means the task you have been given remains crucial. Find the assassin that did away with Jake, for you're bound to stumble upon Starstone along the way. Don't we all long for a sanctuary where our worldly troubles can be held at bay? A bed or a basket so snug it becomes, in a word, safety. But perhaps I speak only for myself, not for veterans such as yourselves that by necessity call any patch of ground they rest upon home. Like any cat worth its salt, though, I deeply cherish a secret refuge unbeknownst to anyone. To be able to repose without a care is such a precious circumstance, save it all too seldomly. While you were being lectured by our friend the historian and the grande dame of time, I snuck into his house and had a look around. The advantage of being a cat, you know. You go where you please with impunity. And sometimes the lady of the house even rewards you with a slice of fresh herring. That's where I saw them in a cabinet. Mere slivers, but specks of starstones nonetheless. They lay there, silent and innocent, though bloody murder may have been committed in their name.
Steady, boys.
Let me phrase it like Zigzags might. A universe without time is like a pen without ink. A pointless instrument stripped of the potential of creation. It is void. It is death. It is nothing. I'll not pretend to have all the answers, all that I understand all that is happening here and out there among the stars, but I do know I'd rather err on the side of caution. If Zigzags worries, I worry. We are talking about a creature, after all, that has reclined among the divines as nonchalantly as you and I laze beside the hearths of home. I met him first, a long time ago, out in the wastes of Youthful Gore. He wondered aloud what on earth a cat was doing out there in the scorching desert, then shared what little food and water he had with him. So I told him who I was and showed him my human form. He laughed and marveled and told me stories about his travels. In the end, he even shared his great sorrow with me. The unspeakable thing you saw through his looking lens. I was awed and frightened, but swore to help him in any way I could. As of now, that includes helping the two of you. Oh, before you go, here, take this teleporter pyramid. A handy toy indeed that Zigzags asked me to give to you. You'll need the other one too if you want to make use of its powers, but alas, I seem to have misplaced it. Don't worry though. Use this one here and it'll take you straight to its twin. Now that this matter has been settled, hunters, I shall detain you no longer. But rest assured, I'll do my share of hunting too. So if you spot a white cat during your travels, do stop to say hello.
I can't even smell the sea air over this rot. I can't even smell the sea air over this rot.
Steady, boys.
I
Steady.
can't even smell
Where we
the...
leave?
Oh my gods! What is going on here? First I have to shoo away a creeping white tomcat, and now there's a perfect stranger in my bathroom. Get out, will you? Little mix-up indeed. I don't know what you and that horrible little imp are planning, but leave my bathroom out of it. Out! No!
If she
you
soaks in
please.
flower stink much
This room
longer,
is
dear will
private.
smell this lady from a field away.
Save a leg of something good for when she begins to starve. Don't just stand there. Go! Away with you!
I've got my eyes on the prize.
What are you still doing here? We'll have none of that, you hear? What are you still doing here? Begone!
So you're just hanging around the inn, are you? Waiting for what, exactly?
Pay the big change on your block for the wheel of the good stuff.
Oh, you think you can speak that way to us? Well, I'm about to say it, I've got my eye on you, Sarah.
Not the move for change. That excuse is more holes than the size of this fine Corbin man. For the wheel of the good stuff. Aaron has as many friends as the man with many teeth.
So you're just hanging around the inn, are you? Waiting for what, exactly? Oh, you think you can speak that way to us? Well, if I can say it, I've got my eye on you, Sarah.
Change on your block for the wheel of the good stuff. Pay the big change on your block for the wheel of the good stuff. Not the move for change. That excuse is more holes than the size of this fine Corbin.
Secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend.
So you're just hanging around the inn, are you? Waiting for what, exactly?
Looking good.
More junk.
Move along.
By the filed teeth of Suruma Soul Shredder.
Are you Victoria?
Soon the last will be beaten. Beaten like the anvil of Grog, the torturer. All hail Grog! All hail his hot-steeled instruments.
Tell me, Alistair.
Hearty welcome to the King Crab Inn, and a pleasure to have you. You look like you could use a round or three, so what'll it be? Psst. Mind if we keep our voices down over that sensitive subject? Death and dark magic ain't exactly great for business, you know. That room where it happened, it was rented to a certain woman, though I regret to say I can't say exactly who. This inn isn't in the business of asking many questions, if you know what I mean. She came heavily cloaked, but paid the full sum in advance. I was used to such transactions after many similar concerning a certain Esmerelda. Figured this were just more at same. I saw one other figure go into the room that night. Someone tall, built broad like a man, but shrouded the same as she. Again, standard practice for Mrs. Counsellor and her visitors. I was startled awake by a horrendous hubbub shortly after midnight. I jumped up and grabbed me grandpappy's machete, bleary-eyed and awash in fright. By the time I burst into that room, it was horribly silent. There was only Jake on the floor, dead, surrounded by what may as well have been a battlefield. Whoever done it has escaped through the window, but I saw nary a soul when I looked out. You can bet I hightailed it to the Legion barracks faster than a jackrabbit after that. Counsellor Jake, that poor man. I knew too much about his affairs, you know. Never figured it my business to say anything, but after all that's happened, I wonder if that weren't a grave mistake. Esmerelda's longest-standing lover has the audacity to remain lodged at this very inn, you know. He's called the Duke of Ferrell, a high title for a low man. If you haven't yet asked him about Esmerelda, I'd recommend it.
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Fortune?
Oh, my good man. Drink, if you please.
Please do keep
They
shouting.
say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend.
So you're just hanging around the inn, are you? Waiting for what, exactly?
I'll thank you to leave me be, you old bat.
Oh, you think you can speak that way to a... Well, suffice to say it, I've got my eye
Come now,
on you,
Alistair.
Baron.
Surely you've
I
met your
am a
match
duke.
once or twice.
Ah, hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have, like our noble Captain Aureus before you. Yes, she and I have a history. That's hardly a secret anymore. I quite doubt it was even a secret from Jake while he lived. As easy as it would be to pin suspicions on Esmerelda or I assure you that the affair was never so steamy and sordid as the busybodies around town make it out to be. Jake and Esmerelda had no great affection for each other. He had his interests, she had hers, and there was little passion left between them. Certainly not enough to fuel a murder. It's very tragic news. I won't posture and say that the Counselor and I were anything near allies, but I truly never wished the man harm. I am the Duke of Ferrell, though I suppose my name is in the mouths of enough ruthless gossipers that you've heard of me by now.
Oh, my good man. Drink, you
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Fortune? Ha! He should be so lucky as to be defeated by Alistair the Great.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets.
Back, demon! Back, or I'll... Well, what's this? Oh, Medora, you lummox. 1,000 pardons, comrade. This old bear's edgier than a dodecahedron these days. I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? Give Captain Wartruce my regards next time you see him. You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't cross paths with you Westies all that often, but it's always a pleasure when we do. Medora's the name. Retired, or so the Order keeps trying to tell me, but never out of commission. My hand to your cause and my sword at your side. Heavens hornets! That's quite a story, comrade. And come to think of it, one that might concern you. See, I'm here on, well, let's call it a loan from a town to the north of here. Hunter's Edge by name. There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill savages either, but ones who've taken dark magic to new heights. What they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say, but it's my responsibility to send them packing. Preferably with their horns in their suitcases and a knee-knocking fear of ever crossing paths with a sauce hunter again. I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Cyseal. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward, and even in my finest form, I can't clear the place of that many orcs without backup. By the skin of my teeth, comrade. The savages were rounding up villagers when one of them activated a tripwire on our village wizard's property. Fortunately for me, that particular wizard has a penchant for things that go boom in the night. I managed to wrench free of my captor's grip and flee toward the forest. He pursued me for miles, but I'd lost him before I made it into the Cyseal hinterlands.
Which I doubt you could even fathom.
Well, comrade, I hadn't thought of it till you tapped my shoulder just now. But perhaps that's where you come in. I need a contingent I can trust if I'm to take back the town. And the way I see it, you could use reinforcements here in town. I've been scouting Cyseal for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the Counselor. With our minds and swords in tandem, we'll make short work of the perpetrator.
Met your match once or twice.
Ha! The closest I've got to my match is my leader of the long while biting my thigh.
Well, you know the old expression. 2's a tea party, 3's an invasion. I know this place like the back of my hand by now. And the orcs up north will be short work for a trained-up trio of sauce hunters.
Whatever happened to that?
We wish you luck, Medora, but for now we'll go it alone. And so should you.
By the demon's tomb, I never thought I'd live to see a sauce hunter dismiss an eager comrade. Well, you're lucky we Northies have a certain expression. Better to do right the second time than never at all. So if you change your... So you're just hanging around the inn, are you? Waiting for what, exactly?
I'll thank you to leave me be, you old rat.
Oh, you think you can speak that way to her? Well, suffice to say it, I've got my eye.
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Fortune? Ha! He should be so lucky as to be defeated by Alistair the Great.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend.
Oh, my good man. Drink, if you please.
Please do keep shouting in my ear.
The hunters go a-stalking in the night. By the needles of the million bleeder, they'll end it all in blood! Ah, you have come, yes. That is most satisfactory. Begone, brittle mask of age. Hear me now repeat the words of Brittletooth, the child snatcher of Carador. Come, play with me, for I'm hungry. Come, play, play, play! The game, yes! A game of blood and brutality, of death and dexterity. Fun as herring the horror harlequin. But, like the serpentine stalker hisses before the stab, hush now, darkness, darling, hush, hush, and listen to my tale. The elves of Gandavum, they lived in peace, oh yes, but one night, when the moon had hid her face, the orcs of the tribe of Kazuldagar beset our city. They cooked and ate and burned every last one of us. The light of dawn never saw an elf of Gandavum no more. All undone, every last one of us. Except for me, the midnight rambler, away from the city. I was very old back then already, though indeed I whisper of many years hence. But death shall not find me. Oh no, not until every beast of Kazuldagar has been bled. I may be frail, a withered grey, but the wealth of kings is mine. Countless assassins have ministered to the vengeance that is my want, and now is almost over. By Kala, Lady of the Last Gaze, I swear it is almost done. Only the very last one of the Kazuldagar still eludes me. The crowning kill that would seal its fate and mine alike. I have tracked her down by the curse of the spine spear I have. She does not know her ill-shapen sun is setting fast. Kala the Dusk Red, O sword of youth. Bloody the day with the bramble sap that runs through the veins of Victoria. Bring me the amulet that clings to her flesh, soon to fade. And yours shall be the bounty of vindication. Mine shall be its sanguine satisfaction after long, long last. Yes, Victoria. She is the one whose heart must be held in hand. The heart around which the fingers of that hand must clench and tighten until its choking flesh bulges with blood and its beat slowly breaks. The orcs of Gazuldagar, they knew my name. Oh yes. By the bite of the roving rattler, they knew my design. And so they sought to save their last, an infant, she who was to be queen. To no avail, oh no. Years, how many I know not. Years I searched, and now she has been found. Her name is that of a woman, her employment that of a civilized being. But by the fork of Barbara Man-Eater, she is nothing but an orc, a cyst of nature, one of a misbegotten litter dragged into life from the tumoured womb of a filthy, coarse-haired beast that was humped like a dog in the darkness of a stinking hollow. Victoria, librarian, daughter, adopted child of Cyseal, mayor of Cyseal. There is bloodlust in you. I can feel it. Let it out. Set it free. Undo the last of the Gazuldagar. By the breasts of Sishara Goatsucker, give me my revenge! The hunters go a-stalking in the night by the needles of the million bleeder.
That was quite the radical change we witnessed. I never would have thought that the benign old man we met outside would turn out to be a vengeance-driven aficionado of assassins. Indeed, Victoria probably doesn't even know about her past. And yet she's on a, let's call him eccentrics, hit list.
Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
Get it while it's fresh. This batch is only hours from the sea. Let us see if you can choose the finest dreams.
Not in the mood for cheese. The excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine Auburn there.
Join the Spud Club if you got an eye for farm potatoes.
Well, what sort of arrows do you want? Freezing? Silver? Poison? Get to the point.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens. Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to entussle you.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Made a big cheese on your book with a wheel of the good stuff.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies Cyseal's ever seen.
A good day to you.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Fresh haddock, perfect for a fry-up. No, sir. Spiritless. Perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject some vim into your routine.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens. Fresh haddock, perfect for a fry-up.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
A good day to you.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to entussle you.
Any takers? Come on, you chickens!
Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes. Toe of snake, wing of worm, brew and spice and stir and churn. Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
A good day to you.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies Cyseal's ever seen.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to entussle you. Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes.
Made a big cheese on your book with a wheel of the good stuff.
Oh no, noble friend. Your upper chakras are in desperate need of a good scrubbing. Fortunately for you, my homebrewed tinctures will...
With a wheel of the good stuff.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies Cyseal's ever seen. I'm straight, I'm true. Harry's by the candles.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes. Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Well, hello there.
Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes. No better solution to the zombie problem than a set of silver arrows. Toe
of snake, wing of worm, brew 'em, spice 'em, stir and churn.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
No better solution to the zombie problem than a set of silver arrows.
Well, hello there.
Any takers? Come on, you chickens!
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Lonesome? Spiritless? Perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject some vim into your routine.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies Cyseal's ever seen.
A good day to you.
Ain't straight, ain't true. Arrows by the cousins.
Toe of snake, wing of worm, brew 'em, spice 'em, stir and churn.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies Cyseal's ever seen.
Eat a big cheese on your book with a wheel of the good stuff.
Ah, gracious patron, I see your tired eyes looking a bit teary. I've just the potion for that. Or would you prefer a toasty fire spell to dry those vapors?
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
No better solution to the zombie problem than a set of silver arrows.
Not in the mood for cheese. That excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine Corbin bed.
Well, hello there.
Eat a big cheese on your book with a wheel of the good stuff.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens. Ain't straight, ain't true. Arrows by the cousins.
Any takers? Come on, you chickens!
Eat a big cheese on your book with a wheel of the good stuff.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
Not in the mood for cheese. The excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine Corbin bed.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Say, no one's around. You wouldn't raise a fuss if I, borrowed one of these fish, would you?
Borrow, indeed. I'll sooner meet a cat wizard than see that merchant repay.
Come now, I'll be good for it, I swear! So what do you think?
Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
Sure, everyone needs a hand, but who are we to offer the merchant's hand without his consent? He should leave the fish be.
The excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine corn bread.
I'm straight. I'm true. Arrows by the dozens.
Heavenly herring! Delicious dogfish! Yours for a scrap of gold!
I never would have expected the finest source hunter in the land to encourage thievery. Your judgment is the gold standard, you know.
No better solution to the zombie problem than a set of silver arrows.
Fresh haddock! Perfect for a fryer!
No, we'll do as I say.
That's the spirit! Or should I say, the soul?
That's my fish!
Sir, did you just steal that fish?
No, I paid for it! The merchant.
You were a witness to this event now?
Tomatoes?
Quite so. I saw...
I can't thank you enough for your...
Well, sorry to have bothered you.
I'm straight. I'm true. Arrows by the dozens.
Well, hello there. Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
Lonesome? Spiritless? Perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject some vim into your routine?
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies Cyseal's ever seen.
Lonesome? Spiritless?
Move along.
Legion's greetings. I have been informed about your heroics on the beach. Were that I had been there to partake in the battle. But my duties lie here, sworn as I am to protect Lady Esmerelda from the rabble that would enforce summary justice on her, even though she is, until proven guilty, wholly innocent. I am Septimus, 7th son in a household of 9, legionnaires all. Me and 2 brothers of mine were assigned to Cyseal from day 1. Alas, both of them have long since fallen in battle against the dead. But never shall I lose heart. Long as a single legionnaire stands, all of us remain undefeated in the eyes of the gods. So fair a lady I have seldom seen in all of Rivellon, my friend. And I have traveled more extensively than migratory birds do. She stands accused of murder, but in my mind, her presumed guilt is a fallacy, and indeed a fabrication. Steadfast will I guard her, Never will I waver unless absolute proof of her culpability should be brought before me. And I hold no such proof exists.
Lords above, grant me patience. You're a source hunter, aren't you? Here because you think I killed my husband. How many times do I need to state and restate my complete innocence in the matter? Like I told just about every legionnaire in town, I don't know anything about poor Jake's murder. I want his killer found and tried, but everyone suspects me of this evil deed. And you're no different. So what happened? Some of them tittle-tattling crab chasers down the pub call me a murderous gold digger and you believe them? These insinuations truly go beyond the pale. Oh, I think I'm getting one of my headaches. Well, what do you want to know? I am Esmerelda, wife of Jake, and now, alas, his widow. Poor man. We were both so young when we married. He so rich and I so poor, but his one and only princess just the same. Starstone? I've never heard of such a thing. Dear Jake had a mineral collection, yes. As far as I knew, it was one of his pastimes, nothing more. Do you mean to imply he collected something dangerous? Something that may have gotten him into trouble? Oh, this is all too much. I feel like I'm drifting from nightmare into nightmare.
She seems to be quite adamant about her innocence.
We'll need to look for evidence if we want to prove she actually did the evil deed.
So tell me, Septimus, would your wife or sweetheart be compensated by the Legion should tragedy befall you on the battlefield?
I suppose so, lady. But seeing that I'm neither married, engaged, or attached...
Lucky find!
Not even worth the rummaging.
Come on!
Greetings! These stalls are...
Don't let that rooster escape! He's already on the menu for tonight!
Look at that cute little beak. Can you really condemn that face to the cleaver?
Greetings! These stalls are for our Legion troops. Rivellon's finest work up mighty fine appetite serving the seven. Greetings!
We'll do as I say.
What do you think you're doing? That was close. Thanks for catching Fidgety Jack here. Let's have that bird then, shall we? Our troops are... Come to see what delectable dish I've crafted from that pesky poultry, have you? I'm Chef Maurice, the one and only culinary connoisseur capable to make a dish for an army with little more than a single chicken.
Thank the Seven, we've secured the perimeter.
A source hunter! Oh, what a sight for sore Cysealian eyes. Me? I live alone here in town. Used to be that my younger brother Tom and I were practically joined at the hip, but that's all changed. Oh, he's always been something of a rascal, calling his petty hooliganism adventuring and endlessly worrying my poor mind. Oh, but of course, I've always loved that scamp to bits. For my part, I encouraged him to join the Legion. Even got him sparring with Captain Aureus now and then. But then those blasted Fabulous Five came into town. That band of... I don't even know what to call them. Well, they're his heroes, and I simply couldn't prevent him from going to see them. That one meeting was all it took for Tom to run off with them on some mission to God knows where.
The Lesser Key of Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Kejdenor. The brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay. In the name of Amun-Hor, I bid thee Tujda Geta Hal. Be welcome, human. My library is yours, as I hope your friendship is mine. I am Victoria, daughter of Mayor Cecil. Oh, I know what you're thinking. The likeness isn't exactly striking, is it? When I was very young, you see, I must have been cast out by my tribe, for I was found in a wicker basket floating past Cyseal toward the sea. The fisherman who found me would have drowned me on the spot, for I am an orc after all. But praise be Amun-Hor, dear Cecil was among the gathered crowd, and he took pity on the exiled infant that chance had put in his way.
Lesser Key of Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition too.
He raised me like I was his own. This kindest of souls. Taught me the language of men, their customs and their letters. Indeed you may. The wisdom I here hoard is yours to peruse and even take with you. All I can ask is that you return the books you borrow so that others may enjoy them too. Kiralizor. Oh, do pardon my language, my friend. But that is quite the startling revelation. So much sadness, so much anguish. Eglandir's tale is heartrending, though it seems that in the pursuit of retribution, he has himself become as great a ghoul as those that wronged him. Does he not see that I am now the one who is to be wronged? Why, oh why must he make me, of all gentle-minded and life-loving creatures, why must he make me the target of his imperishable hate? Whom have I ever harmed? I live for books. So, let us approach the situation with reason and ask ourselves, where do we go from here? Though, first let me say this. Hashizm bil kushum zunum. From my heart, I thank you for warning me. I thank you and I trust you. So pray, let me pose the question. What do you advise we should do?
Pedia Daemonium. I know it by heart.
My amulet? But it is Haxmagi, a sacred token that houses the presence of my ancestors. No, I cannot part with my talisman, the keepsake of my soul.
Ugh. I need something more advanced. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library? Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition too. Most promising.
may try and trick me out of my amulet, but you will not succeed. I said you shan't have it, and that is final.
Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
But where's the third one gone? Shatso. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
The knight in see-through armor? Princess Buttercup with the
No,
blushing
this isn't the
bottom?
grimoire I'm looking for.
Esmeralda does have a
The
propensity
Encyclopedia
for all things
Demonium.
naughty, hasn't she?
I know it by heart.
Who placed this book here? A volume of poetry among novels? Urak!
No, this
mayhem.
isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition too. Most promising.
Who placed this book here? A volume of poetry among novels? Urak! What mayhem.
Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Kaj'Dinor. A brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine. What do you think you're doing?
Ugh, what nonsense. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Who placed this book here?
No, this
A
isn't the
volume of poetry
grimoire
among
I'm looking
novels?
for.
Urak!
The Pseudomonarchia
Mayhem.
Daemonum. And the first edition too. Most promising. No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for.
Kaj'Dinor. A brief
The
history of sorcery
Encyclopedia
still hasn't been
Demonium.
returned.
I know it
Teleron will
by
have to pay
heart.
yet another fine.
No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. Is there no... I need something more advanced. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
The knight in see-through armor? Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom?
No, this isn't the grimoire
Esmeralda
I'm
does have a
looking for.
propensity for all
The
things naughty,
Pseudomonarchia
hasn't she?
Daemonum. And the first edition too. Most promising.
Kaj'Dinor. A brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine.
The lesser key of Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense. The Encyclopedia Demonium. I know it by heart.
Volume 1, Volume 2. But where has the third one gone?
No, this isn't the grimoire
Sometimes I
I'm
think these
looking
books
for.
sprout little legs in
Is
the
there
night.
no new book to be discovered in this library? No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. The
Kaj'Dinor.
Encyclopedia
A
Demonium.
brief history of sorcery
I know
still
it
hasn't
by
been
heart.
returned. Turjageta, friend.
The lesser key of Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition too. Most promising. Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library? The lesser key of Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition too. Most promising. No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition too. Most promising.
The knight in see-through armor.
Demonology for
Princess
dumbbells.
Buttercup with the
Ugh.
blushing bottom.
I need something more advanced.
Esmerelda
Is there no
does have a
new book
propensity
to be
for all
discovered in
things
this
naughty,
library?
hasn't she?
So, what's the bad news? More orcs rampaging through the docks? Or have those infernal statues sent another soul flying to his death? Sad story, that. Though if I'm speaking plainly, the sentimental aspect of it all doesn't make much of an impression on an undertaker. Especially not these days, with so many laid low by the orcs and such like. I just concern myself with giving the remains a respectable exit from life. We set him to rest in the northern graveyard. Perhaps he can finally get a little peace. What about it? Didn't I just say we gave it a respectable send-off? Why are you giving me the third degree? Now, if you don't mind, I'm trying...
The death man is nervous as a squirrel. I'm certain he's hiding
So,
something.
what's the bad news? More orcs rampaging through the docks? Or have those infernal statues sent another soul flying to his death? Sad story, that. Though if I'm speaking plainly, the sentiment... I just concern myself with giving the remains a respectable exit from life. We set him to rest in...
not even worth the rummaging. I guess someone else got here first. The Seven grant abundance!
Everything we do seems to fortify your abilities. That inspiration hardly flows one way, my friend.
Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my hands.
Honest day for an honest day. Salutations! Source hunters, I see. I'm Sergeant Courteous, proud protector of this House of Legion. This is a storing house for Legion supplies. Perhaps the most important building in the realm, by my and others' estimation. And I, Sergeant Courteous, have been trusted to guard it. God, duty's not so bad, hey?
Would be quite a bit better if I could do it in peace.
Just making conversation, mate.
Mate, he says. We are colleagues, nothing more.
Come now, it's just a turn of phrase.
Will you please turn your phrases elsewhere?
You there! You don't look like someone who's ever been serenaded by a severed head. Step right up!
My word!
Fantastic! Come one, come all, and see the amazing singing Stefan! Cyseal's only sentient severed head!
Fantastic!
My
Tricks
word!
of the kids! This here is the greatest illusion in Endervale!
Bravo! Bravo!
My word!
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Oh, excuse me, I'm trying to prepare for the next show. Autographs will have... I doubt I have to tell you that I am the amazing singing Stefan. The only sentient severed head in Cyseal. My audience sings my praises from hill and dale. Psst. You're a source hunter, aren't you? Pleasure to meet you. Now, please, Stefan has many fans to meet today. Psst. Help me. Take me to Reginald's cellar. There I will reveal everything.
My word!
It won't be the worst indignation I've suffered.
Hey, stop that!
My word!
My word!
Today, I think a king...
Performers, showmen, show all of the... Cyseal, what you're made of!
My word! Zombie ate your dog, orc sunk your ship. No matter! You're at Katerina's Fair, a veritable summer home for troubled minds. Won't you take a Well, I'm Katerina the Fair, fairest First Lady of the Fair, of course. I do love. I've an open stage in want of talent, and I've often found the best young performers among the rank and file of the audience.
Performers, showmen, show all of the... Cyseal, what you're made of. Fun, beer, and flatulence. You there? You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut.
Have some pity. Have some pity. One coin or two, noble spirit? One coin or two? Thank you, kind one.
Excellent. Let's keep it that way.
Cruel fortune.
You there? You look like an
Ha!
actor just waiting for his...
You there! You don't look... You there! Take a seat. Prepare to laugh your head off. Cry your eyes out. And I think you've gotten quite familiar enough by now, thanks. Keep your paws in your pockets, if you please.
Fantastic! Ha! Ha!
My word! My word!
My word!
My word!
Fantastic!
Today, I think, a king, the great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines. It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elliot, who is said to have known Sigurd himself, that the king had a great thirst for
My word!
So ardently did he crave creamy blues and gory reds that he ordered a contest across his realm. Today, I think, a king, the great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines.
My word!
It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elliot, who is said to have known Sigurd himself, that the king had a great thirst for colour. So ardently did he crave creamy blues and gory reds that he ordered a contest across his realm.
Fantastic!
Today, I think, a king, the great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines. It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elliot, who is said to have known Sigurd himself, that the king had a great thirst for colour. So ardently did he crave creamy blues and gory reds that he ordered a contest across his realm.